warnings. The scrutiny surrounding Facebook could be impacting business. This is coming from a new study from Activate, suggesting that average user engagement with the social giant has dropped dramatically. This is part of a shift that Activate is calling a social splinter. And joining us right now with more on the trend and what else we can expect from social media and tech in 2020 is Michael Wolff, Activate co-founder and managing director. Good morning to you, Michael.
Good morning. Great to be here.
It's good to see you. This news is not promising for Facebook and frankly looks much worse than some of the data that's come directly from Facebook itself.
Yeah, when you look at what's happening with Facebook's engagement, and this is the amount of time that people spend per month with Facebook, when you add Facebook and Messenger together, Facebook's overall engagement is up about 2% over the last 2 years. When you look at Facebook proper without Messenger, it's down over 25%. And a lot of this has to do with the fact that Facebook's own users are using other social networks like Instagram. And yes, a lot of their time is being spent on Messenger. Once Facebook separated off Messenger from Facebook proper, then you've got to expect that there was going to be declines in usage on core Facebook. But something more importantly is happening, which is that people are using many more social networks today, and they're using them for specific reasons. And if you look across all of the other big social network platforms, engagement is way up.
So when you look at the others, let's talk about it just on a relative basis, because, well, two things. One is you just said that people are obviously using Instagram owned by Facebook, of course. If everyone's using
Right.
Messenger, maybe that's okay. The question, of course, is can you monetize both Insta and Messenger in the same way that you could classic Facebook? But then you look at the other platforms, Twitter, we can talk about their earnings in just a second, just coming out this quarter, Snap, people talk about TikTok. Where do you see all of the engagement moving?
So when you look at the other large social networks, Twitter is up 13% in terms of overall time spent. It's when you look at LinkedIn is up about 13% also. If you look at all of the other platforms, the amount of time that people are spending with them is going up. Now, TikTok is a total rocket ship. TikTok has gone from practically zero to, on average, over the last 2 years, today, on average, the average TikTok user is spending 10 hours a month with TikTok.
And so, well, there's a existential question about TikTok, which is, do you think that given its ownership structure, and by the way, there's some U.S. funds that own it as well, but I'm talking about the relationship with China, that you think there's actually going to be regulation around TikTok?
I don't know if there's going to be regulation around TikTok. There are so many. We could look at so many other of the social networks or messaging services. Where they come from. There's always a speculation. I think the most important thing to look at is where are people spending their time.
Right. Michael, real quick, before we go, if we had this conversation in a year from now and you were looking at engagement across the board, who's the new winner that we're not focused on?
I think that we're going to continue to see growth in TikTok. I think that we're likely to continue to see, actually Instagram will continue to grow, especially as people are able to do more with Instagram, do shopping directly out of Instagram. A lot of other things are going to happen with the big social networks, but I also think the big winners are going to be smaller social networks like Citizen and Nextdoor and others that are relevant to people's day-to-day lives.